Welcome, guys. We are back again. Actually, I've sort of been just thinking about it, and I really want to get into this next reclamation of Lancesounded. So I've sort of done a new thumbnail. It's going to be in the same basic place that it was previously. If you're watching this on YouTube, it'll be just a continuation in the playlist. So this will be but with a new thumb for the next for the murderous ghost sort of episodes, I guess, which is what we'll call these. I'm guessing that we'll end up with a lot of ghosts over the course of the coming days and weeks, I guess, that we sort of stream this particular game. All right, let's continue on. So we're going to start a new game in an existing world, and have a look to see how we go. Hi, orangutans, how are we going? What I'll do with the Dazdemptions, with the renaming of the dwarves, of course, you need to be in. Hi, Vegan, how are you going? You do need to be in Twitch to do a redemption to get a named dwarf. I'm just going to alphabetically sort the dwarves, and whatever the name comes up alphabetically, it'll just be from the top. So I'm just going to sort of basically just do it that way, rather than trying to have people sort of choose their own dwarves, and unless we end up with a lot of dwarves. There we go, orangutans is the first one in. So unless we end up with a lot of dwarves, it will end up, if we end up with like lots and lots, then it'll, I'll sort of relent. But I think particularly for the first couple of migration waves, we'll probably just need to sort of handle it this way. Okay, so look forward to being slain by a murderous chat ghost. Yes, well, they are all named. Actually, there's one that's not. One that wasn't named, that is still floating around, the one that killed, is it not Draven? Dragster, I think, was the one that he killed. Anyway, let's continue on. So we're going to start a new game in the Windy Domain, and basically just reclaim Lancesounded, but we just need to set up a few little things first. So it's going to be, I think for the first episode, it's going to be fairly slow paced, because we've got a lot to do in a very, very short period of time. We also don't know if the rocks are downstairs, are they out of the location that they were in? That's probably going to be one of the big problems. There we go. Began's got his as well. So we're just going to go into fortress mode, and we're going to reclaim. So we go forward now in the midsummer, and then we're going to end up with I don't know if probably by autumn we should be okay in terms of the trade caravans. They'll just be a small trade caravan initially. If Vegan will be the ghost fodder. Well, he did survive. Again, it's the we're going to have to put all these ghosts to rest as fast as we possibly can. We've got a lot of unusual things that we need to do in this particular fortress to get things working. So we're just going to go and one thing I'm actually unsure of. I can't remember if there was a Lancesounded is here. If this is, I think that we've got like a haunted area right next to us, I think, which is sort of like, if we just go in and click on this, there's Lancesounded there. Yeah, we do actually have, and I'm pretty sure this is a reanimating. Is this a reanimating biome? I can't remember. Can't remember what's what. So Private Joe has got his as well. There we go. Hi Neeps, how are you going? Orangutan saying, do you get a double ban if your ghost kills your dwarf? That'd be funny, wouldn't it? I mean, we've got a few named ones around, but we're going to be wanting to put them to rest as soon as we possibly can. So anyway, this is what we're going to be reclaiming. This is Lancesounded back into here on the edge of a haunted woodland, and sort of in the foothills of the Towers of Thunder is sort of like the actual mountain range that we've got Lancesounded in. So we've got a few mountain homes in through here. This is Bun's Dumption, which is a Dwarven Mountain Halls. Dwarven Mountain Halls back into here. So we've got a few other Dwarven areas around us. This is Dwarven Mountain Halls. That's a big one actually. Is it all different? Yeah, these are all different ones. So these are all different locations here. So the dwarves got pretty active. Got monasteries down through this other side in the haunted areas. Yep, this is a human fortress. Okay, so there's not a tower, it's just a fortress, and then another monastery down through there as well. So we've got a few different places around us which we'll need to be mindful of. What have we got up in through here? This is another fort in a terrifying biome this time. So we're playing in a very evil world. Actually, I should point out, if you're watching this and are interested in playing in such terrifying, haunted, etc. locations, then I will sort of. Can you call it a shameless plug if you don't get anything for it? I'm just going to shamelessly plug my coffee page if I can just get out of this one. Just pressing. Oh, there we go. There we go. So I'll just go back to here. If you are interested in getting this, I do like to just let people know, just in case they want it. Just go to ko-fi, so coffee.com/DazTactic. So that's me. Please like and subscribe if you're watching this on YouTube. And follow if you're watching this. I'm so close to 10,000 followers on Twitch. I had a look the other day. I had to actually to get hold of a game which I haven't heard back from yet. I had to tell them how many followers I've got. I was surprised to see that it's we're closing in. Actually, where are we? It'll be in here at the top. 9,837. So we're getting very, very close now to the number of followers, sort of getting up to 10,000, which is sweet. Anyway, coffee.com/DazTactic. Go to the shop, and in the shop you'll then sort of find a whole lot of different things. Most of these will be completely free, so just if you see a mod, so any of my mods end up into here basically. So we've got the Dwarf Fortress work orders, which we will be using early. We'll be getting those up and running very, very quickly. So that one's done. Then we'll also be using we have used DazTactic's Dwarf Fortress World Generation settings. So this is actually the one that we're probably mainly going to be focusing on, which creates sort of like a few different ways of building the game. And so we're playing with Dad's Evil Island at the moment. So that's the actual setting that we have. And this has been updated for the dinosaurs, etc., etc. And so it sort of has been recently updated, like just couple of months ago, I guess. But this actually sort of sets up the evil world that we've been playing in, which has been a hell of a lot of fun. I've absolutely thoroughly enjoyed it. Yes, a Private Joe saying, I want a random character, preferably alphabetically if possible. Yes, that's what I'm going to be doing. I sort of explained that at the very, very start, just so that there's no expectation that people will be making requests for anything, and particularly initially. I think eventually, I do like to try to have all of the military dwarves named, but initially we should get the first 7 at least sort of done very easily, and possibly the next 7 after that or so. And then we'll see how we go. All right, so let's go in. And now this one here, we have to... I'll just go back and press escape. Actually, just right-click. So we're going to be reclaiming the fortress down through here, rather than sort of looking for anything in particular. We do need to choose our origin civilization. And so what I want is, I want the most, I think it was the Unseen Relic. I think it was that one that we ended up going with. That this is actually in this area. So it's in the actual area that we're actually looking at. So it's just north of where we are. There is another group there, the Glazers of Heart. They're down the bottom. They've got only 1,400. These ones here are close. They've got a few different locations back in through here as well. So, Private Joe saying, I know, therefore the pun. Yeah, okay. Mrs. keeps saying nobody can get my weird sense of humour. No, that's fine. Had it when she's right. There we go. Yeah, she is always right. They're always right. Like my wife's always right. So, as well. With... Okay, so we'll go with the Unseen Relic again. We'll just go with this. This will be our civilization. Do we have goblins nearby with that civilization? Or do we do we go down to one of the other groups? The Glazers of Heart. These are both pretty... Actually, that one's too far south. This one here's got 30 sites, so it's not going to struggle. And there is goblins nearby in through here. Maybe we'll go with that one. I didn't have a good look to see. We've got a queen in through here, a king. Vaybok is the king back through this other side. You know, I'm just trying to think of whether we keep the Unseen Relic. That way we're going to end up with the same liaison as before. Not that we're attached to him in any sense. Let's switch it up a bit. We'll just go with the Vault of Ivy. So we'll have a different group of dwarves coming in. So we'll sort of go in through there. Orangutan saying the Unseen Relic are probably at war with the goblins. Actually, I don't think they are. I think what it was that the goblins that attacked us were actually a nomadic group. They weren't part of an actual goblin civilization. They were actually, when we looked it up yesterday, they were actually quite different. So it was unusual. It was an unusual sort of like almost like a mercenary band that was actually just wandering the wilds, but a very strong one. Anyway, let's continue on through. So we've got the again, there's a lot of things in the game that the game has changed a lot over time. So we're going to choose. That's our origin civilization. So we've just got this one now selected. It's important that you actually look at this to see if it's viable. Sometimes you'll end up with a civilization that might only have like less than 100 dwarves, and you're basically never going to succeed if that's the case. You might as well start again. Now we've got so we've got that one through there. We're going to literally just go and reclaim. So I don't think we have to do anything else in through here other than just reclaim the fortress. So we'll go in with this group of dwarves to see if we can actually take Lancesounded back. So we're going to go and click on Lancesounded. So that's it there, right in the very, very middle, flashing like this. And so in the midsummer of 302, the West Plague defeated the Chamber of Jails of the Unseen Relic and destroyed Lancesounded. And so this was actually this is the group that was the goblins that were not part of any particular goblin or civilization. So we'll do the reclamation. So it's now preparing the map for us, and we'll just get ready to go. So we will. I think we'll just go in with basic military. I think that will be okay. Actually, what I want to do here is I want to have enemies on hard, I think, and the economy. I think I'll make that on hard as well. We are coming into a fortress that's already been set up for us. So we don't need to customize. I can go to custom as well and load in some save settings, which actually makes it even more difficult. So, but I think I'll just do it this way. So we'll just go and click on done. Yep, that'll be okay. So we'll just go hard and hard in through here. Because once we actually, I should point this out, actually, why are we doing this? So I'll just try to explain for new players. When you go and change, in fact, if I just go back and let's go back to normal and just go into custom settings in through here. One thing you'll notice is when I click on normal, these numbers go bigger than what they were when they're on hard. And what these are the triggers for invasions and for certain events. So essentially, you can also turn things on or off, like civilizations can attack you, yes. Mega beasts can, were-beasts can. Curious wilderness creatures can come to cause trouble, yes. So we had those with the troglodytes, for example. So they're all on, so that's sort of on by default anyway. But you can turn them off if you don't want that to happen. So if you're just wanting to literally build, and a lot of people do, this is a very creative game, and so if you are literally just wanting to build a fortress, then by all means change it to whatever suits you. These population triggers, so enemy/merchant population trigger, so this is the essentially this is the population trigger for certain events with merchants, but also with invasions and enemies. And so so population trigger level 1 is only 20 dwarves, 50 dwarves at level 2, 80 dwarves at level 3. Now, we were playing with a much more aggressive setting in through here, and so when the invasion came, we were already at trigger level 3. So just keep that in mind. What this is it's the scale of the attackers, or the types of, like where the merchants start to sort of come along in carts rather than just bringing horses or whatever it might be that they arrive in. So the bigger the number, and the more of these that sort of end up coinciding with what you do, the more aggressive and the bigger the actual the group that's going to be coming up against you. So if you are concerned about and this is the next thing is production. This is actually the production of the fortress. So we've got the this is actually where we've got, again, mainly enemies is what we're going to be focused on through here. So as we start to build things in the fortress, so when we make something in the fortress, it all goes down into the production. When we actually build a room, when we decorate a room, it all adds to the value. So these also increase with the numbers. And again, we're at trigger level 3 for the siege that destroyed us last time. And I think we're at level 3 for all of these. So this is the trade. So the amount that you trade will also then impact the sieges. So again, trigger 1, you need to trade at least 500, which initially you probably won't even get that far in, but I think we're at level 3 again by the time the siege actually came and bit us. So that's the sort of like this is actually a lot of these numbers change when you change the economy and also with the enemies. Now the enemies will be sort of more about the sort of like the numbers and so on and so forth, which I won't go into detail, but when you click on hard and we go back and look at the custom settings, we're going to see lower numbers. So instead of it being 80 for trigger level 3, it's 40. So it's not half, not exactly half, but and then these numbers are much lower as well. Like it's half the number for the trade trigger initially, and so these things then sort of reduce with that particular one in through there. So it's going to be, so there'll be a lot of little changes. Now you can just tweak these and then save them if you want your own settings. I do actually have a save settings file which is even more aggressive. I think. No, it's not actually showing, not doing it there. I'll just click on done. Yeah, I'll just leave it where that is. All right, now we're not going to be preparing for the journey carefully because I've already got a few different embark profiles. So I'll just quickly run through what they are. Actually, if we just go and click on basic military, that's all we do need. So certain, I've made certain of these for certain starts, and so a general start means you're not going to end up with any military. This is almost like this, the default, play now type settings. Very, very similar to that. With because I play in haunted biomes, I tend not to bring very many animals. So we might start with the basic military and then bring some animals ourselves. So we'll start there. So we've got no giant white stalk leather backpacks available. So we're going to need backpacks. We'll just go and press escape, and we'll just keep on sort of preparing. So we have Logum is a miner, woodworker, farmer, 2 miners actually. Now I don't need 2 miners, so I think I might take a tourist out from being a miner. The 3 peasants are going to be the 3 military people that we actually have in the game. I will fix up the hares. I wish that the game would actually just correct this. You have to use DF hack to basically fix up the like whether the female dwarves have hairs. So nearly every single one of these has actually got a only one of them has got any hair at all, and so the other 3 are all bald. And it just I don't know. I just wish they'd fix that up. There's a lot of little things in the game. There's a lot that they do well, but of course it's just little things. Now, miner, woodworker, farmer. That's sort of like our basic bits and pieces. What I might do is I might just go back to the skills in here. And so we've got things like, for example, a competent miner. This was so we can get another pick. I don't need that. I might just make it still a novice miner, and just in case we need the mining. We need a little bit, but not much mining. In fact, I might even just get back and just make it not a miner, and this will give me 3 skill picks left. Novice mason would be good. Not a blacksmith. We could go. The farmer will actually have their own set of skills. So the farmer will be mainly sort of planting, brewing, cooking, things like that. So as we sort of come back down through here, not an engraver, metal crafter. Yeah, where's the adequate brewer. Where's the kitchen one? There's the labour one through here. Now, I probably want a mechanic, I think. But I'll make it the 4th dwarf. Yeah, there's a whole heap of them in through here. We've got other in through this other side as well. We could... Yeah, we've got things like novice surgeon, etc. with the farmer. So that'll be our initial doctor. We just go back into tourist. You can see this one doesn't have any sort of skills in here at all. Combat skills we're not going to worry about. Labour, competent mechanic, already a good mechanic. Okay, that's good. So this one's already the mechanic. In fact, you can see it's now switched across to that particular one. There's the cook. Now, did the farmer end up... Yeah, adequate cook. Okay, that's fine. So we've got one cook. The crucial skills, back in through here. I think I will make it into a competent mason. So this is now the actual mason itself. So we'll sort of be working with stone. And in fact, I may make it into... What else have we got into here? Maybe engraving. Stone cutter. I forget what the difference between stone cutter, stone carver, and engraver actually are. Metal worker. Actually, that might be something we've got. For example, I'll make it into a adequate mason and an armor smith. I think. Adequate armor smith as well. So this will still be the main job will be mechanic back in through here. Now the peasants won't be able. These guys won't be able to actually fight anything. So we'll get that one going there. Now the fortress name is Lancesounded. So we'll just go back down to the. Actually, no, I've still got a few other little things. Items. We need to get the backpacks. So. Actually, no, we don't, because we've got a lot of this stuff is actually in the fortress. I'll still bring the basic kit, just so we've got it there. But the backpacks, I might still just bring them in anyway, actually, just so we've got them. We've still got 30 points left over, and that's mainly because of the backpacks. If we have a look at... where is it? Backpacks. There's a lot going on here. Flasks and water skins. There we go. Backpacks down through here. So we've got now these cost. I only want the cheap ones. Not the floating guts leather backpack. I don't think we'll worry about that one. Eagle leather is only 10. Fox leather. Nice soft fox fur. Let's go and grab 3 of those. That gets me with no points left over. Now the animals, I'll be taking turkeys, but I think I'll actually go and change a few things in so we end up with the animals. I've got 3 turkey hens and 1 turkey gobbler. That's actually okay. I also wouldn't mind bringing some dogs and cats. So with the items, let's go back out because we've already got a start there. So we've got things, for example, like this this prepared moose lung. Let's just get rid of all of that. And the cave lobsters, let's get rid of those as well. All right, that gives me 60 points to spend. What else don't we need? I'll take all of the drink, even though I think we're actually okay with that as well. Got the copper hammer, copper spear. You know, I might get rid of one of those and actually go with another mace or a warhammer. Oh no, we've got things there anyway. Let's just leave it where that is. We'll leave it alone, and then we'll sort of... So when we first get going, what we'll do is we'll just go and unlock a lot of things. It's going to take a bit of time, just sort of easing our way into what's available to us. Okay, we've got 80 to spend. Let's just go back across the animals. So with the dogs, we've got... we want to have 1 female and 1... I think just 1 dog. I won't worry about war dogs just yet. So these are only 16 points each. So we'll end up with 2 dogs, 1 of each sex, and we'll do the same with cats. A male and a female cat. Now we've still got 26 points left over. Because it's not a reanimating biome, I'm not really constrained too much with the actual animals. Pigs would be very, very useful. Now these are 51 points, so we can't even get one of those. Now we've got nanny goats and stuff like this where I can spend all the money on these. Like on 1 goat. So we get milk from the goats. We don't shear the goats, I don't think, but the pigs are a really, really useful resource because they don't need to be outside. Having said that, I do have a safe area for everything. So I'm just going to go across to... I've got nanny goats there. I'll grab one of these we can milk that. Let's just go and bring that along. So that will be the group that we then go in with. So we're actually done with that one. So we'll just go into the fortress name. This is Lancesounded. We won't change it, I don't think. Do we change the name? No, look, let's keep it there because it is historical. It's a historical name. And so we've got the, just go and click on done there. So that's the fortress name. The group name, though, we do want this to be the Arrow of Waxing. So I want this to be a random, I want to just keep on doing random things until we actually get something that's the Girders of Crowding. Girders, maybe not. Bodices of Stilling. The Torch. The Torch I like. So we'll just go and stop that one. So we'll just get the random of whatever it's going to be in through here. The Torch of Basement. Basement is actually an interesting word for us. The Torch of Lunch, Leech, Lull, Dell, Dress, Planter, the Torch of Theatre, Torch of Merged, Lustrous, the Torch of Band, Tome, the Torch of Tome, just sounds good. I'll go with that one. Done. So that's our group name. The group symbol that won't really matter that much. No problems anymore, so we've got all of those sorted. Embark, let's get going. So we will sort of move this group in. So here we are, guys, here we are. So we're just going to do our renaming to start with. So we'll just get the names sorted while it's all paused. Esther Blaster's in as well. Okay, that's cool. Now there will be heaps of opportunity to go and do different things. Now we've got 3 murderous ghosts right from the start. We saw that yesterday, so we know sort of what we're up for. The rocks may be outside of the area that we had blocked off previously. They may still be deep inside. We won't know until we go down and start to sort of come across them, I guess. So I'm not going to worry too much about them. If they're there, we're dead. We might try to set up some trap systems initially. Again, with that difficulty, we've got a little bit of time before we become like something that the goblins or the enemy are going to see as something that's worth attacking. Having said that, we've got a lot of things of great value in our fortress. So, what are we looking at before the jaguars get hungry? That's okay. That's all right. We're just going to click on OK, and as long as we're still paused. So we have a fair few things to set up right from the very, very start. I do want my military established right from the get-go, but the most important thing is to name everyone. So we've got orangutans, Began, Private Joe, and Aster Blaster. So there's still 3 more dwarves that can be named. So we're just going to go and sort by name. So one of the peasants is going to be this is going to be orangutans, 6 in as well. So we'll just go across, rename. So this one here is, what I might do is just sort these out while we're here as well with the hair. So in this case, we've got, this one is orangutans. Library. Now we're going to end up with old dead people with the same names. I don't know if there's anything I should do. I think I'll just leave it. We'll worry about that at the time, I think. Anyway, so Orangutan's Library, because there will be ghosts coming back that will have the same names. Okay, so that's the first one. To fix up the hair, I need to have the person selected. I then need to go into DF Hack, which is the tilde key. So just press the tilde key in the top left of the keyboard. And then I need, what was it? It wasn't GUI. I've got to think of which one it actually is. Or was it GUI? Was it GUI something? Assign attributes, was that the one? No, I don't think that was it. I can't remember what it was. We were doing it a lot last time, just to sort of fix things up. So we will actually just get this one done. God, there's so many different things in DF Hack. If you're new to the game, don't think DF Hack makes the game more complicated. It actually makes it a lot easier and a lot more manageable. So it's your best friend if you're going to be playing Dwarf Fortress. It makes such a massive difference in terms of making things make sense. GM editor, thank you. Okay, we'll just go back. Thanks for that, orangutans. So GM, GUI GM editor and GM unit. So the GM editor, we'll just go back into this one through here with this one selected. And so we end up having the various, now I forget which one, I think unit is the last one that we have to then go and do. What we're looking for here is the actual, it's around in here somewhere, I think. It's uniform. This is everything to do with this particular dwarf. And it's something, it's like attributes or something like that. Oh, where is it? It was just down in here somewhere. Tissue length. Okay, that's it. Where is that? Appearance. It's that one there. Pretty sure. Appearance. So it's appearance down through there. Then tissue length in through here. And then we want to go to 2 and 3 and make these, I think it was about 200. Okay, why can't I do that one? Yep, there we go, 200. And I need both of these set. This is the length of the hair. All right, that's done. So we right click on that one, right click on that one, right click on that one. And then I think it's just another tilde GM unit and enter. If this one's still selected, we'll get faster at this one. Body attributes editor, is it, or body appearance? Body appearance, I think, here. Length then has to be 200 as well. And that is done. That is done. That is done. Now this will then change when we go back out from here. This is Orangutan's library. The peasant is down this way. We need to you need to do tissue style in the GM editor. Okay, so in appearance. Hang on, let's try that again. Thank you guys. I do appreciate the help. So the GM editor. GM unit's the last one that we need to do, it was, but it's, hang on, is that doing it? Why didn't that do it? GM editor, enter. Oh, hang on, I don't have anything selected. Okay, no valid target. So we need to click on orangutans again, then do it. GM editor. So we get all this sorted now, and that way we don't have to worry about it. So we've got the, you need tissue style as well. Yeah, okay. So it is appearance, which is here. And then tissues, we did tissue style. No, we did tissue length, didn't we? That's right, we need to do tissue style. And so number 2 is enter, and we'll just do neatly combed. And in through here as well, do the same thing in here, neatly combed. That's for their hair. Okay, so that's now done, done, done. And so when we unlock, if you just do the GM again, GM unit this time. Hang on, where are we? There we go. GM unit. Enter. Then we've got body appearance editor. Just make sure the hair is length 200. Okay, that's all fine. But we have to move the game forward 1 tick to have that work. So we'll just go through each of them. That's the first one. So we've got orangutans is now the first one in. The next one is the woodworker, and this is going to be Began. This one does have a head of hair. It's funny, I would have thought that the DF hack would have had like a simple way to change the change the hair, like just globally, because they fix so many of the little problems in the game. So we've got Beacon there, that one's fine. Next one is, we just click on name, so we've got, then we've got Logum, this is the miner, and this is going to be, who was the third one? The Private Joe. Private Joe, there we are. The miner. Yep, adequate dodge, novice fighter. All right. Now, the woodcutter is probably one of the least important roles at this point in time, because we've got like a lot of existing things we can make use of. Okay, the next thing we have is just do it by name again. So then we've got one of the military. So we'll edit this one. And this is another one that we have to change the hair for. So the next one that we have, I think, is Aster Blaster. Yep, Aster Blaster is the next one. Done. And so while this one is actually still here, if I just go that way with that one now open, and just go through those different changes. So again, it's just going to be the tilde key, GM, editor, enter, appearance, which is down the bottom here, tissue style, double click the clean shaven, make this one braids, braided, right click, then tissue length, change this to, make it say this one 300. It says not to go over a certain number, but I forget what it is, but all the others are quite long, so we'll just leave that one where that is. Get out of there, tilde, GM, unit. Just got to remember the same numbers for everything, and enter. In this case, we're going to go to body appearance, we're going to go to hair, and we're going to change the length to 300. Enter, right click, right click, right click. There we go. Actually, that one did work. All right, so Aster Blaster came up straight away. Now, why didn't this one? So, hang on, Aster Blaster is there. Where is Aster Blaster? Let's see, Aster Blaster. This one still hasn't come through. I did actually have it when I was still renaming. Let's just go back in and try this again. Oops, hang on, one more time for orangutans. So, tilde, GM, editor, enter. Appearance, tissue style, neatly combed, tissue length, 200. So that's all okay. So we may have to just go forward a little bit here. And again, I'll just go GM unit and right click. Oops, hang on. GM unit, enter, and body appearance. Hair is 200. Okay. Oh, there we go. Now it's working. I think when I did it previously, I didn't actually have. I had it when I was still renaming, and so that's now been done. So we now actually have that one done. So I'll just do them as I rename them. So we've now got 3 coming back through. Four now in here. The next one is sick, and then we've still got to have 2 left over. So the next one is another peasant. So Odom. And the expedition leader is still not claimed yet. So still got the farmer and the expedition leader. So we'll just go back into here. Odom is going to be, this is sick. All right, that's done. And we've still got 2 that can be named. So if anyone wants those, jump in, use your Daz Demption points. Sick saying if anyone wants in, I can use my points, and I've got plenty of. Yeah, if someone wants to take Sick up on the offer, just say yep, I want it. So Sick is willing to Daz Demption someone on with his points if you don't actually have the points to do it yourself. So by all means, if you're wanting to have a dwarf in the run, this is going to be an interesting run. We're going to have, hopefully we can survive and get the initial, everything sort of done initially to get rid of the murderous ghosts. Let's actually just do a bit of a, actually, now that we've actually got this bit done, let's now go through what our plan is here. We've got a lot to do. A hell of a lot of carnage happened. It's 2 weeks since the siege that destroyed Lancesounded, and we've now come in to reclaim it. And so a lot of these are going to be dead, like all these different dead skeletons. The ghosts will come back to life, and there's a ghost over through here. This is the old Private Joe. So if Private Joe's ghost actually ends up killing Private Joe, then that's going to be a bit of a problem. If we have a look and see, so Private Joe, this is Private Joe Syrup Pearly is the previous one. Actually, it looks the same as orangutans. It's going to be an eventful run. Now these here, we saw them yesterday. These are murderous ghosts. All 3 of them that are actually on the map are murderous. And so if you have a look at what's down through here, this is the mangled skeleton. So this is Private Joe's mangled skeleton. This is mangled skeleton splattered with his or her dwarven blood. So it's splattered with the anyways, it's still got the blood stuck to it. So this is the ghost, which they'll hover around where they died. The only other one that we can see in the fortress at the moment is down the bottom of the fortress. So as we sort of come back through, again, you can see the damage that was then caused. There's all sorts of dwarves and goblins actually that have been killed in through here. So we've got a heap of stuff we have to clean up. A heap of it. Like there's just so much going on in through this other side. All the animals were killed as well. I don't know if they're all going to go rotten at this stage. I don't think they will. But we've actually built a lot of stuff which is just sitting here. So we're going to have good access to a whole lot of different equipment right from the very, very start. As we just come back down through the middle of this, this was the old. So we've got all this stuff already built. So we've got a big head start. It's just that we have got a hell of a lot of cleaning up to do. And so we have to figure out the best way of managing that. We'll have to think about that a little bit because there's all sorts of things. This is the Pit of Doom where we actually had lost a lot of characters. And down the bottom of the Pit of Doom is another murderous ghost. This is Sev. Sev's ghostly mace dwarf fell down here. And if you have a look at the bottom of this one, there's still Sev's. There's troglodyte mangled skeleton, but there's also part of Sev's body. You can see down through here Sev's bones. There's still 6 bones of Sev still sitting in the bottom of the fortress here. Now this is also where we think the rocks will be. So we in fact, if we go back in and have a look at the pets and livestock, so this is all the stuff that we then brought. That's interesting. We've got yaks. We've got a male and female yak. This is great. This is awesome. So we're going to be able to sort of look after them. These require pastures, including the nanny goat, which is not really a problem. We can see there we've got these 2 ghostly dwarves. There's a third one that will come back in as well, and then a lot of the other ones from the siege will also then come back to life, and sort of end up doing different nasty things with us. Then dead and missing. These are all the different people that were killed in the fortress, including some of the goblins as well. So there's a lot of dead and missing units, including a whole heap of babies got killed. It's been difficult. It's been very, very difficult. So that's sort of where we are with the where we go. You can see that there's Zasset is a ghostly axe dwarf. This is actually, Zasset was not one of our core members, but this is the one that killed. So this particular ghost dwarf, where are you? I can't find that one just yet, but this one will come back. So we need to get rid of that as well. And this is the one that actually ended up killing, if we go and sort by name, Dragster, the miner. So Dragster the miner was killed, and we've still got the skeleton, by that particular ghostly dwarf while the siege was going on. Dragster was killed here. So what's a concern here is that that ghost is somewhere around this hospital. So they tend to stay around their area. And they also tend to, so wherever their body is will often be where they'll be. Sometimes if they know someone, and there is a chance that the dwarves that we're going in with will actually already know these people. So there could be, it could be lost relatives, etc., that somehow have have died in the fortress. We can actually do a bit of a deep dive and have a look and see what the relationships are with each of these. So if we go and have a bit of a look at each one of them and look at the the relations. Actually, no, it's only really going through these guys here, which is fine. Yeah, no, that's all right. Now, they're going to also be freaked out by so much death and destruction around them. So we have to figure out what's going on here. Hi, Sev, how are you going? We're just looking at your murderous ghost in the bottom of the fortress. Right, so we've still got 2 names as well, by the way, if anyone does want a redemption. Yeah, so it could be that Private Joe's ghost kills Private Joe. They're all 3 ghosts in the fortress are murderous ghosts. So just be aware of that. Okay, so we need to start putting the ghosts to rest as soon as we possibly can, and we need to find a place. Now, one of the problems we had was when the siege came, I'd actually been setting up like an area down through here to for the actual ghosts themselves. So we've got like this is a memorial to Sev as an example. So just goes through how they died as well, which is actually pretty cool. So we're going to, and we've also then got a few different coffins over through here. So Tailsly Fox has been put to rest in through the here. This one is a forbidden coffin which no one's in, and that's also just at this stage forbidden. We're going to unforbid certain things. So let's just go and unforbid that stuff. And so this will then be, this is where we were started to build coffins and put coffins in. So I'm going to be unlocking things that we need. Now we've got a whole lot of different, again, Mr. Voxy's Mangled Skeleton down this way. There's all sorts of different bits and pieces down here from we're sort of seeing around the place. Now they're going to be freaked out by, as I said before, all of the death and destruction. I'm going to unlock these as well. These I don't know if they're already sort of set up. If they are, they're not doing a very good job, because this should be. In fact, no, they must. These have been knocked over. This is why they've become murderous, because these have been knocked over and destroyed. So what we can do is we can reposition these just to try to sort of get these ghosts back to rest. Let's try to find a more secure place to do this. So maybe deeper in the fortress, an area that we may have sort of dug out previously, that can be where we can honour the dead rather than just putting them in the outside corner. So we'll go down into, this is our bedroom layer, and I forget what I was going to do in here. So we'd actually made everything. I'll just unlock all of this stuff. There's all this plump helmet spawn. Let's just go and unlock this stuff. I'll keep other things locked until we get there. But we can plant this. It's only been 2 weeks since they were using this. These I'll unlock as well. That's why we're down in here, because we will need to make sure that these are all working properly. Nothing much there. And as we go deeper down, we then get into this layer. And do we do anything underneath this? Not really. I think we're sort of stuck with putting the various. Maybe we have to use this room here. I think that I was going to. This is actually where we've got like the well. The well continues on down through this other side. Now we've got the well is, and then it goes up. Oh, yeah, so it goes up above, because we were going to do other things up above it as well. Let's just go and unlock this, and then we'll unlock this. I'll keep most of this stuff locked at this point in time. Yep, so that's actually now got that well. The well is now operational, which is important, but we do actually have that ghost. So, I don't want to be doing too much. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to place the, and I forget what I was going to do with this room here. Actually, one thing we can do is look at the zone. So I do actually have a meeting zone in, sorry, this is a meeting zone in here, dining hall. So the dining hall is already set, which is fine, but we haven't done anything with this one through here. Now the tomb, individual tomb, so deceased citizens and pets can be laid to rest in a tomb. It should include a coffin, casket, or sarcophagus. These are for individual use, so we will sort of maybe do that somewhere else for the actual tombs themselves. So there's nothing much else we need to really worry about. I would like to put all the bones to rest somewhere. The ghosts tend to come back to where the body was killed. And we do want to get the bones away, like just somewhere stored. So we're going to have to dig a big area somewhere just for putting the dead bodies and then processing them. So it's going to be a fair bit of carnage at the start, I guess. So let's just go back through. Thank you, Began, for those gifted subs. It's very generous of you. Now we're just going to go across, and we're just going to go and build initially furniture, and we're going to go to slabs. And we're going to not do the planner, so we're going to keep that one off. I'm just going to go and place a slab through here. We've got 3 of these. These are the 3 murderous ghosts. So let's go and place all 3 of these. We're going to reposition these, like these were knocked over in the top of the fortress. So we'll put Sevs in the corner there. We'll do the next one as well. So we'll get this done urgently, just to before they will go and kill anyone, hopefully. So once we do this one, they can then be put to rest, and we'll have to keep on doing this and getting on top of this as we sort of do things. So again, furniture, slab, and we'll just keep on building after this one here. Silverite slab. This will be to Zasset, who is the murderer of a dragster, and then the last one is Private Joe. So these are urgent, so I'm just going to go and click on these and say make this a top priority, on, and on. So we want to get people doing this as quickly as possible. So they're going to take the slab from the top. And so the reason I want to take the slabs away from the top is because if we get attacked again, they're going to be knocked over by whatever animal or whatever, or whatever attacker comes in. By keeping them sort of in here, we can sort of then just start to memorialize everything. So we'll sort of get on top of that one. Let's get back up the top of the fortress and just sort of start to sort of plan our way around with what we end up having. So there's a lot of stuff in here that we just don't need to unlock just yet, so we won't do that. There are bars here. There's a whole lot of different things, like there's filled water skins. There's all sorts of stuff, including 6 left hand and Art of Stuttering's back teeth. Etc. etc. So this is where we need to get coffins built and put coffins somewhere as well. So I'll probably end up sort of digging an area for that. All of the workshops in here were destroyed by the goblins, so the goblins have certainly sort of gone into those. We've still got an ashery, a smelter up the top here, which was where we were sort of just getting things established, and a soap maker's workshop. So there's still some things up through here that we can make use of. What else do we have in through here? Potash. Yeah, potash in through there. We've got buckets. I don't know if these buckets are full of anything. Yeah, they've got lye in them. So we've still got stuff in here from when we were making. So we're going to have a nice head start for when we get things going. This is we've got different helms and stuff like this as well inside the bin. Some of these have been damaged. Quite badly damaged. This one's coated with troglodyte blood. This would have been in one of the early fights and then got damaged in the fights. I forget whose helmet that was. I do remember them coming and putting it back in here when they should have been off fighting. There's all sorts of different stuff in here that we'll need to get on top of. I don't think we see the stockpiles. They've all gone, so we don't have any of those. But the zones, maybe we just keep the zones open for a second and have a look to see if there's any zones as we sort of go deeper into the fortress. There is a zone over through here. There's a zone down in here. So we did actually have a rubbish zone. So we've got a garbage dump back in this other side. We did actually have a tomb here. So we've got one tomb there for Tail Sly Fox. We might rethink these, but we do actually have two more where I can actually just go and create like a new tome. And, oops, hang on. Tomb, sorry. There, and accept. And might as well just get these things buried, I guess. Accept. Right, so we'll just get those also, just to get some people buried. Now, the skeletons are pretty much all, let's just get the ones that are close by. Mr. Voxy, just allow that mangled skeleton to be put back in a tomb there somewhere. It's a troglodyte skeleton. Alta Buffalo, mangled skeleton, that was the last of our fighters. We'll just get those two in this area, so they'll then be processed. Then we sort of can come back and sort of do other things with those. But we've got a hell of a lot of things to clean up. So most of this is going to be cleaning up, and there's all sorts of different equipment around the place as well, where we're just going to need to go and we'll probably end up needing to build an atom smasher somewhere just to get rid of a lot of the rubbish. So we'll sort of get that established fairly early. As we come back down, we've then got, this is for the trade depot. Again, there's all this carnage, which I don't really have time to go through all of it. But there are certainly things that we can sort of make use of as we do this. I'll unlock these stonefall traps. Actually, we don't need that either, but I will unlock the gates. Just while we're here. All right, that one, and then up. We've got this one here as well. So this is good. This is the other entrance. We've still got all of this stuff which needs to be cleaned up, which we won't worry about initially. Let's just go back down and reclaim some of the workshops. Now we do actually have all this rock. It's just a crown. I'll just leave that one where that is, and all this wood. So we'll just get that, because this is building materials for us. So we'll get those established. These in here, we've got the Crafts Dwarf workshops. We've got a jeweler's workshop, and we've only got one stonecrafter's workshop in through here. So I'll just unclaim these workshops, and probably anything that's inside the workshops as well, if there is. No, it looks like they're empty. Get that one claimed as well, not that we need to use that. These rocks are leftovers from when these workshops in here were destroyed. And then we've got one of the pets' hooves is still there. Hi Snuffy McGee, how you going? All right, so let's go back down, and down in here we've got the planter boxes. We want all of those unlocked. I'll just right click and then just go back into here. We do actually have a bone. This is a hen right foot. We'll just unlock the this particular one. So we've got the nest box. Oh, we've still got eggs. Yeah, grab those eggs. So we've got hen's eggs. Now, I don't think that they were... there may be other things in here as well. Anyway, we've got some eggs from when we were here last time. These butcher shops, we want to... actually, we've got all this stuff as well. Heaps of skulls and stuff from when we were butchering things. We need to get rid of this anyway. So we'll just go and bring these workshops back into being. So the Tanner's workshop didn't really work out. We've got a few turkey corpses in through here as well in this cage. I will... it's a forbidden cage, so we'll just go and unlock the forbidden cage. But there are certainly some things in there as well which we'll need to get rid of. Lots of carnage again. Actually, sorry, back in through here. Pretty much, I think all of this we can just unlock, just so we've got access to it. So there's certain things in here that we like, you know, where there's where things have certainly sort of fallen apart. I don't know why there's so much stuff in there, but anyway, we'll just leave all that unlocked. So it's like a pile of rubbish that they sort of had ended up sort of allocating. Bedroom layer, I'm just going to unlock the whole of the bedrooms. There is actually a dead body in the top there. We'll just keep that locked away for now. So we'll just get, so just this way all of the like the might as well make use of the bedrooms. Now this is another thing where we've only got a few that have actually got all the stuff in it. So if we go and have a look at the zones, these are all set up already as bedrooms. So let's make use of that. And so we'll just go and get these guys straight into there. One thing we didn't actually have last time was actually a military location. We hadn't set anything up properly. Okay, so Prophet Joe saying, dinner time, keep me away from the ghost. Yeah, we'll do our best. Now, there's certain, we've got, see how there's a Gabbro coffer there, but it's not actually placed. So this one is just floating around. If we have a look at and what I might do is I might just, and I think this one is as well. This is also not something we can then go and disassemble. Actually, that is as well. All of these look like they're just, this one here would have to be disassembled, so remove this building. But there's been, again, the goblins have come in and destroyed a lot of where things actually were. There's old shoes, which are useless. Back into here again. This is often DF Hack sort of managing those things for us. We will need to get down to the bottom of the fortress at some point, but let's just keep things going. This is now working, so that's all okay. The hospital, I do want to get this one up and running, so I'm just going to go and unlock the whole lot down in here, just so we've got things, but we are going to need to get coffers built in through this other side, so we'll just go and unlock that coffer. There should be other coffers that have been thrown around in here. Yeah, we've got different bags, different threads. I think I'm just going to unlock this whole thing. We'll need to get this up and running fairly quickly. Okay, that'll do. Just get what we can, just so we can get an operational hospital where that will then sort of help. I don't know why I didn't build the rest of this. I don't think I got down that far. Then we've got the this in through here. We'll just, now what do we got in there? There's a plot, so we'll just go and unlock all of this stuff. The cats, I'll just keep that one with there. I'll just keep this plump helmet spawn there, just so we can get planting as well. And as we sort of come back down through this slope, there's more things down in here as well. I'll just I'll get all of this unlocked. Get all of this unlocked, because we'll need that. These farm plots, I don't think they'd be lockable. Yeah, so this is actually, we're just going to be making use of the DF Hack to sort of manage that stuff. There should be this is like where we're going to be keeping the animals. So we'll just go and do this one again as well, and we'll just go across and select the grazing animals. So those three in there. In fact, what I might do is just come back up and put the cats inside this area. This is to keep the vermin down. So in you go, cats. The dogs I'll keep with the turkeys, so we'll just move them up through here. So this was going to be for the pigs, so I could put the dogs in there for now, I guess. I just want to keep them away from potential problems, and that way they hopefully have puppies, and same with the turkeys down through here. So we'll just get these assigned. 3, 4. So we'll start our turkey farming venture back through here. We did actually have a hen at the end last time, so that gets us established at least at the start. Now we don't have a carpenter's workshop. And I forget what I had in through here, but I think the carpenter's workshop was over here. Let's just go and build one of those. So we'll just go into workshops, carpenter. So we'll just get our basic things done. Go and place that one. We've got Silvite nearby. And we also wanted to have a mechanics workshop. We probably want to get 2 of these. So we'll just go across, get into workshops and stone worker, and rock salt, and just right click, workshops, mechanic. I shall place the mechanic up in here. Silvite. All right, that will then get those things done. Let's go back up the top of the fortress and get our military established. So this is where our guys then need to just to get whatever they can initially with their clothing. Actually, there is a pick underneath there. There's a lot of stuff into here that is available to us. Oh, that's actually our wagon. I might, yeah, that pick I think is part of our what we actually had here. Yeah, it is. Okay, that's fine. I might just unlock all of this stuff along the bottom here, just so we don't have to worry about it. We've got there an iron maul. So there's still a lot of things actually that need to be fixed up. We will need to fix up the fortress, but we're going to need to think our way through that one a little bit as well. So military-wise, we're going to go into, must appoint a militia commander, so we just go back across. So there's a few little things we need to do initially. So we just go back into our nobles, the administrator through here. I'll just go and get rid of that. So we've got, Tirist is the expedition leader. We're going to need to have a chief medical dwarf, so I'm just going to go and place Saxul, who hasn't been named yet. And so these are the two that haven't been named. The broker and the bookkeeper, we want this to be Tirist, and bookkeeper, Tirist in through there. Messenger we won't worry about. Manager, we'll put Tirist, it says Began. The manager is important. I think I'll put Tirist back in this one as well. So Sev bought in. Where's Sev? Sorry, I didn't see Sev's. Oh, you did too. Sorry. So Sev, you are going to be the chief medical dwarf, the farmer. So this will be you. Let's just go back out. Sorry, I completely missed that. Is that the only one that I missed? Yeah, I had Sick, but not Sev. All right, so sort by name, Saxul, and so this one here is going to be, there we go, Course Lord's in as well. All right, that's our first 7. But if you're interested, just keep on putting them in. Hopefully we'll get a migration wave that will come fairly early, and so we can get sort of more. If not, what I do is just redeem them back at the end of the session if there's any that won't actually used up. So this will be Sev. And then we've just got one more. This one here. Now we just need to change the hair again. So we'll I'll try making it like a longer hair and see what actually happens here. But if we just go back in, this is now going to be Course Lord. I should always do that. There's no E. All right, so that's now done. All right, so with this one here, tilde, GM, editor, enter, down to appearance, tissue style, just go down to double braids in this case, double braids, done, tissue length, double click, let's make it say 600 and see what actually happens in here. 600. All right, back, tilde, GM, unit this time, and enter. This is the body appearance editor, hair, length, 600, enter, there we go, done. Nice long hair. So we've got at least now all of the female dwarves have got hair. So Boland, you'll be the first that comes in. first one that comes in. So we shouldn't expect to be under any real pressure except maybe for animals. So we still need to get a few little things sort of set up. So we'll go and create what we need in through here. So hopefully we've got some doors. We now have, actually we've got this table as well. We'll just go back in, set all this stuff up. Who's that one there? That's Began 3. That's where the last Began met their demise. All right, so we're going to rebuild this as well fairly urgently. I need to also just go back in and allow these guys to be moved out of the way. Now we do actually have certain things in through here are going to be thrown away in the garbage dump. You can sort of see there's a little bin symbol, little trash can symbol if you're from America. All right, so that's all sort of done. We've got all this yak hair thread and stuff. This is actually where we had our clothing industry before the goblins destroyed it. That's okay, but we'll end up sort of moving that one deeper down. We don't need it initially in the fortress. I think that sort of gets us set up. Now this is the trade depot, which I want to make sure is ready to go. We do have an altar there as well, which we don't really need, but I'm just going to make sure that this is actually ready for when the trade caravans do come, which may be just in a month and a half. So they're pretty close. Military-wise, let's just go back up at the top. Now, we didn't set up our military. We didn't get that far. So we've now got the manager and the expedition leader is Cause Lord. The militia commander is our first military comes from the militia commander. So we're just going to go across, add this one in. And so essentially it's going to be, it'll have to be one of the peasants. So I tend to just pick whichever one's at the top of the list. So I'm just going to pick Aster Blaster back in through here as the actual militia commander. All right, that then allows us to get started in here. So we're going to create a new squad. I'm just going to go with melee metal armor. So we're going to go this way, and then we need to. And so the first one is that particular one. Let's just go and change the symbol. So I'll change the symbol to like an axe or a hammer. I guess it sort of works out as a hammer. So we'll just go and grab the symbol. The shape. Let's just go and create like a maybe a yellowy gold color, and then the background we'll make it into a deep red. Maybe not that deep. There we go, done. The Crested Irons, I like that name. Instead of saying, yes, my dwarf volunteers to militia if possible. I'm just going it literally from the top, whatever the like until we sort of really get like a lot to choose from. It's just going to be whatever the first, like whatever, when I sort by alphabetical, it's just going to be whatever the top one is, just so that there's no contention. But once we sort of get established where we've got like a few, like once we get like a handful of leftover dwarves, I'll then let people sort of choose. So it is whatever it is. Okay, so Crested Irons, let's go back in and add in the other. So Aster Blaster is in. I just want the peasants. So actually sick. Actually a novice fighter with this one through here. So we do have sick and orangutans. Sorry, Sev, you're the chief medical. You don't have the skill set for this. All right, so that's our military initially. And so what we want to do here is we now want to go and establish how the military work. So we go back to the squads. We select the squad, which then allows us to give it either orders, but also to go and change its equipment and its schedule. Now, when we go back to the equipment, we can then sort of see through here that all of the equipment and the weapons is missing. So they need to go and pick all of this stuff up. Hi, Ek. Thank you for that. We'll need to assign an Ek if there's room. There, well, not yet, but there will be, hopefully soon. So we've got assign uniform, add uniform. We've already got just basic melee metal armor, so we'll just let them that will then just sort of work. We go to the schedule. This is the important one. This is what people often forget to do. When they're off duty, meaning when they're no longer required for the military, off duty means get out of your clothing and then go off and just do things. But I want them always ready for fighting. So I need to go and click on ready over through here, just not on either of these, but just ready. And so the crested irons will always be in their equipment. Now, if I just leave that one there, to make it so that it forces them to go and do something, I can give them an order. But I'm sort of thinking initially I've got so much work for everyone to do. I think I'll still do it. I'll just go and get a station order and tell them to go and stand here. So they're just going to go and get their equipment and then sort of end up in that position. So that will be what they do initially. Let's just let everything run forward and just sort of see how things actually work. We should see units pick this stuff up. Okay, we're getting different alerts. An ambush, drive them out. Uh-oh, what have we got here? Now, I've actually got a... okay, with giant bats, we've got troglodytes. So there's different things actually happening in through here. So we've got... it's been overrun already with troglodytes. Damn it. Damn these troglodytes. So we're going to need... So the wildlife is 1 troglodyte, 2 giant bats that we know of, and 2 mountain goats. But we'll have to figure out what's going on here. So the giant bat is down in here. So these have actually come through, and sort of now we've already got this one. Now we do actually have. Let me just, because we're now in a new game, I think I need to go and set up the excellent combat warning symbol that that Serian had actually built for us. And so I think I don't know if it's available for anyone to just use just yet. But it's really quite cool. It actually pauses when there's stuff going on. So if we go back into DF hack and just go into the GUI launcher and type in combat, this is the GUI combat notifier. And so what this is this is idea by Serian, coded by Claude AI, but I think he did more than just code by AI. I think he did a lot through here. Open the combat notifier control window, on or off buttons for combat alerts. So what we want to do through here is actually just go and just turn it on, basically. So if we just go and press enter. So we want combat alerts we want to have on, the combat tracker we want to have on, and the combat logged name inserts. This is really, really cool. Then there's a cooldown through there, so we'll just go and if we test the alert, we'll then get like a sample message. But let's just go and press enter. Oops, hang on. I'll just go back and turn all that on again. Combat tracker. And then just right click. I can test the alert. This is what it's going to look like. One of your citizens has ended combat. So that's fine. There's also another one that he built as well. DF hack. So I've manually installed these. So we're saying, do we need to make a temporary berg on top side and arm everyone? Just the military will be fine. So we'll actually now use the military for their job. There was another one, notify. I'll just type in the word notification. There's a combat notifier, and then there's the civilization fall notifier. There's the other one that Serian built as well. And so what this one does is it tells you if something's happened to your civilization and is no longer. So the Vault of Ivory, the ruler is the Queen, which is currently alive. Player Fortress is 1. Yeah, Mountain Home is post-brushed. Mountain Halls 45. Other settlements 4. Remaining known dwarves 2,347, which is great. So we'll just keep that monitoring, and so that they're now both turned on for our game. So as we sort of go through, these shouldn't just pop up without pausing. So one of our citizens has entered combat. So that was the sample. Sick has become a mace dwarf. Astarblaster has become the militia commander, and Orangutans has become the spear dwarf. Giant bat and troglodyte are still fighting. Let's go and have a look at each one of these. So we have the giant bat and the troglodyte are here. There's bat blood all over the place, and there's troglodyte blood in through here. So they're still actually active. The next one is this giant bat down through here as well. So got giant bats sort of making their way through. So what we'll do is we'll actually just try to kill these things off, as we sort of do things. And then we've got the last one is going to be that troglodyte. Oh, that's the giant bat there. So we've got so these all have to be killed. So our military, you can see that they're starting to pick up their equipment already. And if I go and click on the different units, we can see they're in different states of preparation. We'll just go back to the squads and just go back up to F1, which is the top of where we sort of come into the fortress. So we will change this eventually, but we want to sort of see these guys all pick stuff up. These are grabbing their bits and pieces. They're going to go straight past the combat. Let's just use the full stop key now just to move things through. Let's get rid of all of these different messages. And so we're seeing that there's going to be fighting between the troglodyte and the giant bat for a little while. Just get our military established. Come on, guys. Come on, get your stuff. Get your equipment before these guys go off to put these ghosts to rest. Okay, we've discovered a deep pit. All right, so as we get closer to the pit of doom, we're going to then find other things that we'd already discovered previously. Now, if I go back into it, it says we've struck pyrite. We've just seen it there. And if we then go and have a look, we've discovered a deep pit, which is actually over here. So on the edge, as we get closer down towards the entrance of the fortress, we're going to start to see, and other things are going to be exposed. This then goes down, this pit goes down ultimately to the next cavern layer. And this is how the trolls have been crawling up here to get onto this top layer. So again, we have to be a little bit careful there. Actually, the dog is now fighting. The dog's already made it down into here. What's the dog doing? Is it just going to where it's supposed to be? It's not there. So the dog has come running down. This is why you've got to be careful where you put them. The dog's already gone off to attack the giant bats. Private Joe cancels harvesting plants. So that was actually here. This guy's still just sitting over here, which is good. We don't want that. There's the dog. Right there. Healthy. Terrorfile bonding conflict. Just look at health and description. Alright, so it's the giant bat must be around somewhere close. I'll let everything happen because hopefully no one will fall very far, and because we've actually put every so often we've put these floors in. It's still a fair drop. There's this one here, so I'd prefer not to be fighting these too much. Okay, let's just leave that where that is, and we need to clear all this out. So yeah, maybe set up a civil alert burrow now. It's probably already here. If we go and have a look at the burrows, yeah, it's actually already here. Safe zone. So we've called this one safe zone anyway. Let's just see what it does at the top of the fortress. Yeah, I've just got that as a safe zone in there. And it was only this little area through here that was the safe zone, so that's fine. We probably we're going to need to clean this up anyway. So yeah, what this is this burrow that we have, that we've called the safe zone, should encompass all of the actual like the way down into the fortress and all of the different areas that are safe for our dwarves in the actual fortress itself. So we'll see more as we sort of get deeper into this one as well. But this is essentially where we got to with the fortress. This should ultimately be safe in through here again as well. So that should all be good. So I'll just leave that burrow where it is. This is from the previous run, which is great. And so if we go into the civilian alert, if I just go across with the military open, with DF hack running, I can just go into safe zone happens to be the actual one already. So it's just remembered that one. So we don't have to. This is actually nice because we don't have to do anything. so it's not safe now. It's, well, everything is inside inside that little area. So we're going to have to just destroy this. And look, it's mainly when we get down into here that there's a big drop. This is going to hurt like hell to actually drop down into here. We're now starting to see things. This is troglodyte blood out through this other side. That's interesting. We've got dead troglodyte corpses and stuff. I don't know why they're there. This was actually where we down through here. We were trying to set up our metal forges. We got to the point where we were so close to actually building a really strong military, and we just didn't quite get there. And we didn't actually build. So we need to get the metal so we can build good defenses. We're now seeing some of these have actually now got some of the special. So it looks like the goblins didn't raid the good stuff that was here. We've got all of the different artifacts we've actually got placed in these locations, and they're still all here in this display area, which was the so as we get closer to the to looking down into the fortress, we get more and more information. So let's keep on going back up and dealing with the military, because I'm just doing it bit by bit in terms of just seeing when they're actually ready. If we go back, and I'll just keep on pressing the full stop, we start seeing more and more of these. Dog is fighting again. Attacks a giant dog, but it jumps away. This is going to be a problem. Yeah, it's going to fall. Only one, so it probably should still be okay. This one is now jumped off from the giant bat has attacked it. It's now jumped into the air. Let's just go and see what happens with the dog. So if I just go and press the full stop key, it's now falling. It's now hit down through here, and it's now bleeding. So if you ever look and see, the dog is fighting what actually happened to it. So the giant bat bites the stray dog in the right paw, tearing apart the muscle, a sensory nerve. Yeah, okay, so it wasn't the falling that actually did the damage. It may still be falling. In fact, those little blue up arrows indicate that it's still falling. Let's just wait until we get to the end of this. There we go, it's now on the ground. And so this is now got a splattering of dog blood. If you look at the health, ability to stand has been somewhat impaired. It's bleeding, so its rear paw is cut open. It is oozing blood. So that's all we actually see through there. Have a quick look and see. Yeah, okay, nothing else. So even when it fell there, it didn't actually cause any damage just yet. Let's just get rid of that and just see what else comes up. It's now moving up again to do more in through here yeah, okay. So we have to get down in here. Let's just go back up the top, check out our military. They look good now. They're looking good. So they're going to have to go down now and attack this giant bat. The giant bats are more dangerous than the troglodytes. The troglodytes just get in the way, but the giant bats are going to cause issues. So let's go back and get this one done. These guys are all trying to move. These are all hauling the memorials, and so we need to get that downstairs to establish those memorials fairly quickly. The military, if we have a bit of a look, they all look good now, so this is actually good. We'll just go back to squads, back to equipment, and everything is pretty good here. We do actually have one of them is still getting this one, I think, but overall, so Orangutans doesn't quite have everything that he needs. Right, let's go and it doesn't. In fact, if we go and have a look at the equipment, again, DF hack has got detect conflicts, and there's no conflicts in through here. So I don't need to do any updates or try to fix anything up. If it does detect conflicts, it will then go and get rid of them. But these guys are now wearing their armor, and they'll stay wearing their armor. So we now need to go down and find the giant bats. We've got mountain goats on the outside. It would be cool to catch them if we could eventually. We've got a giant bat down in there. We've got a giant bat here. This is the one we want to kill. So we're just going to go and give it an order to kill the giant bat, confirm. So this giant bat is sort of in the way. So let's just go now and follow the military as they sort of move down towards this giant bat. So And I'll just keep on using the full stop key. The other dog and cats are then going down as well. Come on, military, where are you? Here comes the other dog. That one's healthy. Yes, that's a different one. Dog is fighting. Giant bat grabs it and throws it. Okay, slammed into an obstacle, and there's lots of dog blood here now. Faint, stunned, heavy bleeding. So this we need to get down into to get to this bat. Let's unpause the game, and we should hopefully sort of see things happening. So the giant bat is just right here. Let's just see how we go. I'll just unpause. Okay, so we've got the alert is now kicked back in. An ambush, drive them out. So we've got more things happening. Giant bat is fighting. Ambush, drive them out. Let's just see what it is. It was back over through here. The dog is dead. So the unfortunately we've now only got one dog. Yep. So we can just get rid of all that stuff. All right. Let's keep on heading down. So we'll just watch. We'll watch from the top here as our military should be getting closer and closer to getting down into that area. Now, where's our military? They're just slow moving. Oh, boy, do I stop the others from going down. I might set up a second burrow just while we deal with this. So we've got to burrows, add a new burrow, and okay, we'll just call this one, we'll just go in place, put the 3 dots in there. That'll do. Done, accept. So this is, I'll just call this one safe 2. All right, so that's now our new burrow. And so what I can do is I can just go back in and change this one to safe 2 and it's not safe 1. We'll activate the civilian alert. That means that everyone will just go into that little area, except for our military. So let's get that happening. Just unpause. Yep, they're all now moving across. And then our actual team is now going to be moving down. Yep, so stray dog has been found dead, unfortunately. And unfortunately, we've now got to contend with the ghosts, but we'll just let things sort of develop. And again, we've got Spear Dwarf, Orangutans is now fighting, so let's have a look and see what goes on from here. So the giant bat, now this is actually down, we're actually we've got 2 giant bats up through here now. This is our target, this giant bat. So Orangutans is here, Spear Dwarf, but armed with an axe. We'll have a look at it from... Actually, I might just keep on flicking through until we start to see blood. But in this case, from Orangutan's perspective, attacks the giant's bats, but it jumps away. Attacks, but she jumps away. We have to be careful here because we actually are fighting on stairs. Orangutan saying, death is all around us. That's alarming. So again, not used to seeing all of this death and destruction. So we'll just keep on smashing it through. Oh, now Orangutan is now dropping a fair distance. Is now jumped out because it's trying to avoid what's going on. Another ambush here. So how many? 4 giant bats now. Okay, so we've got one of, ambush, drive them out. And Stick is now fighting as well. Yep, as the tide turned, I must press on. Now, Orangutans is already in trouble. This is actually the Pit of Doom has again given us something to watch right from the start. So we'll watch as this one falls away. In the meantime, we've got Sick right above, having another crack at things. Let's just go and leave that one where that is. Yep, there he goes, falling, starting to fall now. The giant bat is still healthy, but still terrified. And here comes Sick. So I'm just going to keep on just doing bit by bit, and we'll watch as, unfortunately, as orangutans slowly disappears and collides. Oh, damn it. Now Sick has done the same thing. Has actually jumped into the pit as well to avoid conflict. Now orangutans has hit here. Is still healthy. This is why we had to put these floors down, because they were falling all the way to the bottom and being absolutely smashed. And these still do damage. If we have a look at what Sick just did there, attacks Sick, but he jumps away. He jumps into the pit of doom. Now orangutans. Let's have a look and see what orangutans happened in through here. So orangutans does fall into an obstacle. His left hand takes the full force of the impact, but is deflected by his copper left gauntlet. Left upper arm is deflected. It's deflected. It's deflected. This is very, very lucky. So basically, the armor took the damage, and so the armor itself. Look at the items; should all still be good, but luckily, this is why wearing armor is just so important for your dwarves. So that was okay, sort of, that particular fall. But then we've got Sick coming down now as well. So, yeah, that's okay. We'll just watch Sick as he also then falls back down. We'll just unpause. Now that's lots happened in through here straight away. Another ambush. How many have we got now? 7 giant bats. So I really want to be fighting on this bottom layer through here. So Sick is still fighting. Orangutans is fighting. Hang on. That's a skeleton. I'm thinking, oh, that's a nanny goat has been found, but that would be from the previous location. Got all these different alerts coming through. I really want to be fighting on this on the bottom layer that we're on. If we can do it. So let's just see what happened with Sick. Here comes a troglodyte. So Sick is actually here. Still saying it's healthy, but we'll have a look and see what's actually happened through this other side as well. So so Sick actually now falls, but again, it was a big fall, but not enough to actually cause any damage. So yeah, bashes a giant bat in the left arm, fracturing the bone. Again, fracturing more bones. This is good. This is good. The giant bat's now looking sick. So we're now starting to, and it is sick, making it look like it's sick. So we're now in the bottom through here, where these guys are now smashing this particular giant bat. This one is unconscious, and so they'll get this one killed without any real issues. Where's the other giant bat? The other giant bat is just slightly above. Let's just unpause. There we go. They've killed 2 giant bats already, just very, very quickly. Now that's actually, we've now done what they meant to do. So now we're going to kill off this guy. And there's more troglodytes. So we'll just kill the troglodytes. There's only 2 troglodytes we've seen so far. Confirm. That one's done. Oh, another giant bat. So we'll just keep on going. Okay, Sick has now entered a martial trance. This one's now fighting. Sick has become a mace dwarf. All right, another ambush. That's all okay. Giant bat. Confirm. Where's our guys? That's down. Another troglodyte. So that's 3 giant bats now done. It would be good if we could butcher these, just so we can get what we need. We need to now kill this next one. So we'll just go back into here, confirm, and again another ambush. So we've still got 7 giant bats in here. There's giant bats everywhere. Seeker's become a mace dwarf. That's dead. Right, where's these 8 giant bats? I found another one. So we'll just try to keep. We'll just try to control everything where they are. So we've got mountain goats back out there. This one is deep underground, so I don't need to worry about that one. It's not going to be able to get in. I'm just going to go and unlock. So I'm going to forbid that one, but make it so that we've got access to it. So we'll just keep that where that giant bat is down the bottom through there. There's troglodytes that were also killed down this way. Doesn't matter. We're not interested. So we've got 8 giant bats. Another one down here, which I can get access to. This is actually further up. So this one was hiding around in here somewhere. What else have we got? 2 more down in here. There's actually piles of vomit and stuff down this other side as well. Yeah, there's 3 down this way. Actually, heaps down in here. This is, let's kill these, because these are just 1 layer down. So let's go and destroy these, just while we're here. Okay, that one's dead. Now the turkeys are fighting. Where are they fighting? This is now, we've followed some of the bats upstairs. These are now in here. Another giant bat there. These guys are trying to get to where they were. Right, well, we just have to keep on killing these off. We've still got 8 giant bats, even though we're killing them. 2 combat encounters. Sick and orangutans. All right, back we go. I'll just wait until we can sort of get other things happening, and so we'll just keep on killing what we can into here. So we'll just keep on sort of working out how to kill these things off. Got this one here is heavy bleeding. When they're badly damaged, I think I'll just keep on sort of zipping across to the next one. Thanks for the gifted sub there again, Began. All right, confirm. Okay, another one down. Now, where's the others? There's still 1 more at the top. Still got 7 giant bats. There's 1 down the bottom, and then there's another one at the top here, where these guys are just fighting away. Let's go down and kill this one down the bottom here. So we'll target this one because the other 2 will just stay doing what they're doing. Let's come up. Didn't see where the others got to. Still got this one over through here. Let's just go back. We've only got 5 giant bats remaining now. Confirm that one. Tailsly Fox has redeemed 1 as well. Okay, we'll get to that one. I think what I'm going to do is we've still got 1 more that's further up. Oh, hang on, there's another giant bat now back out through here. We've got turkey blood. All right, these guys are now being attacked up in this other side. So they've actually now come back up top. An ambush, drive them out. Still got more giant bats. One of your citizens has entered combat this time, so we've now got Began back over here. There's Began the woodcutter, still healthy. Now this is Began should have an axe. I'm assuming. No, it doesn't. Okay, so giant bat. I think what we'll do is we'll now just go. We've still got 3 giant bats. Where are they? That one I'm not going to worry about. That one I will. We've got 1 outside as well. All right, we need to close off the fortress fairly urgently as well. Let's go and clear the civilian alert. Just get them back to their picking these things back up again. just so we can get so these ghosts won't kill anyone. Here we go. Dishmab, the ghostly baron consort of Padwinkled, has risen and is haunting the fortress. So this is ghostly baron consort. Where are you? Dishmab. Over Alta Buffaloes. This is the what we might do is we might actually open up the so we can actually look at the legends. Let's do that. So we'll just go back into. Oops, hang on. Let's do that again. Just go and open up the legends mode, and that way we can actually just watch and see who that person is and what they did. We'll just do like we've got a bit to go through here. And we will, they're causing too much trouble at the moment to make the bats into pets. So just go into here. Eventually, go to games. Dwarf Fortress. Oh no, that's old. Hang on, where was it? Was it under downloads maybe? Downloads, games, Dwarf Fortress, 2026. Yep, Legends Viewer. Okay, we'll get this one open and see what we end up with. So it's now going to add them into here. This is from 302, just from when the this is from when the when our castle fell, like when the fortress fell last time, 2 weeks in the past. So we'll open this one up. A lot of information. And explore it. So we can then start to sort of look for different units and so on and so forth. So we'll go into society, which is the historical figures. And we're going to look for Dishmab. What was his name? It was Dishmab, because there's a lot of Dishmabs around. Dishmab Zansong. Dishmab Zansong. Dishmab Zansong, not available. Dishmab. Yeah, it's the actual anglicized name that it seems to be using. Okay, so massive ringed. Dishmab massive ringed. There we go, massive ringed, the dwarf. So dwarven male. So we can find out what actually happened to this one through here. So we'll just sort of see as they start to come back in as ghosts. So again, they all liked Reg the True. So we've got 66 and through here. I should try to see if there's a way I can set up the default for this stuff to remember to always do it that like maximum. Okay, so in Rainy Crafts, this is another fortress. So how did you get to where we are? Settled in Lancesounded in the year 301, became a member of the Chamber of Jails, which is a site government of dwarves. That was the government that was previously there. And then fought and was struck down by the goblin. So that's all we sort of know about it, really. So nothing much, but it is the... it says the Baron Consort, which means that there should be a Baroness that is his, like if you look at his spouses, mother, father, child, former master, apprentice, Erdem, mirror clasp, maybe that's it. Spouse, we've got this one here. Baroness of the Vault of Ivy. The other one here was just a monk. So this is his spouse, still alive. And where are you living? So member of the Vault of Ivy, civilization of dwarves, and is the current Baroness of a particular location. legendary mathematician. I'll have to figure out how to change this. I wonder if there's a setting I can change. Chronicles, okay, it was in the Siege of Clashing. Anyway, that's fine. So we don't need to sort of worry too much about what's going on there. What I'll do is I'll just go back and have a quick look and see if there is, it's got web.config, app settings.json, maybe in there. That might be it. Because I can't see anything out through here where I can then go back in and change anything. Let's have a quick look and see if I can figure out where to change the these in through here. It's only 1 kilobyte, so I'll just open it up in a in Sublime Text. Nope, that's not it. Okay, that didn't do it. Then we've got web.config. Come on. Do it a bit more quickly, please. Sublime Text. Just having a quick look to see if I can see the numbers. Nope, nothing there. And we've got development. Depths, front-end depths. These all look to be JSON files. The DLL, which we can't edit, but the JSON files we can certainly edit. I'll try the development. Actually, it's got legend viewer front end. It might even be something up there. I would have thought that the settings file would be fairly, like the config file would be fairly easy to find. No, there's nothing there. Assets. No, nothing there. That's just all JavaScript. All right. I'll try this one. I don't think this is going to tell me anything. It's taking a bit of time. Sublime Text. Yep, no, there's nothing there. And this is actually just warnings and stuff that it wants to throw up. Try this one. Yeah, I'm not seeing the defaults in there. And then we've just got this one here. Nope, that's not it. This one, this is it really. Where are we? Open Sublime Text. No, nothing there. All right, so there's no setting file there, which is unusual. So is there any other thing we can do in here? I can't see any defaults. There's nothing here where I can sort of set up the default in here. It just is what it is. I only married Dishmab in the year 300. Anyway, that's nothing much we can do there. That's a shame, actually. I would have liked to have just fixed those sorts of little things up. That just takes us straight back to the GitHub page. Might have a quick look there and just see if there's anything about defaults. Improvements. Nothing much there. Issues. Vampires not appearing. That's interesting. I think that was on purpose. Yeah, I'm not sure. Failed to load. Yeah, I thought people would have actually asked for that, but anyway, that's not to be. All right, we'll just leave that one where that is. Just get back to the game. So anyway, that's now all sort of established. We've still got to kill this bat off. Confirm. So that's now our new target. These guys will avoid this bat. This bat will then sort of try to get a bit aggressive. We need to fix things up pretty quickly in here, actually. So we're going to need to sort of now get this next slab built. Hopefully we've got other slabs. Let's have a quick look and see. Yeah, we've got 6. So we have some that actually weren't named, and these are actually available to us. So there should be an automatic order to then just go and engrave a slab for any ghost that does come in. So we've got the alert and ambush, drive them out again. So 3 giant bats. I'll just let everything sort of just go its own way until we'll sort of do a bit of a okay, the Sarvish, the U. Yeah, this is all old stuff. We're going to get a lot of these messages. Yep. So the ghostly Baron consort is doing things. Let's just go and where'd that bat go? It's up in the air. This is Sev is healthy and looks to be attacking it. Okay, he's now punching this thing. Good. Good on you, Sev. Now we've still got the 3 giant bats. Let's just have a quick look and see which one's worry us. That one's not so much just yet. This one is the only one that really concerns us now. Is the one that's... we will go downstairs and grab that one as well, but this is the only one that we really need to worry about. Everyone else can now start to work safely inside the fortress. So they do need to get these things established, and they need to get everything else sort of safely downstairs. So we've still got a bit to do here. Yeah, but like these guys, what are they doing? They're just still no reachable valid target, but it will get to it once it actually comes back down to the ground. So it is still going to be trying to go after this giant bat. We may find other things as we sort of do stuff. We saw that there was a giant bat in the bottom of the fortress as well. So let's just keep it. Let's just keep focus on this giant bat at the top. And again, another ambush. One more troglodyte somewhere. Overexerted, winded and nauseous. No more ambushes. Oh, 6 more giant bats. You're kidding me. Okay, we've got troglodytes in the bedroom. Troglodytes up here. They're not super. This another giant bat up here as well. And then there's this thing here, which we have locked this one in. That one's outside, I think. Oh no, it might be inside our area. Yeah, okay. Well, while this thing's flying around, I can't really get to it. Hammer Dwarf, what are you doing? Is it just talking at this stage? Yeah. So, if you did bash the... Yeah, that was old. Okay, that was an old message. Now we do want to go and butcher the bats. Butcher an animal. Yeah, it's actually already been allocated. So this is just going to automatically, when there's an animal to be butchered, like the giant bats, they will butcher them, which is good. So we want that to actually happen. These giant bats, though, they're driving me absolutely nuts. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and try to rebuild the fortress, just the security, and so we can just deal with these bats. So let's just go back up the top again and get this established. I don't know if we've got any doors. Let's just go to doors and hatches. Door. I'll just go into planning mode just in case we don't actually have any. Yeah, we don't have any. Okay, so we're going to need to build a door pretty urgently. So we'll come back down into where we're trying to be building stuff, and just get this guy to add another door, rock door. Need a few of these just to keep the wildlife out. And just go back to F1 again, and we'll just go and replace this in through here. So this will be constructions, walls, and we'll hide the planner. And this is just going to be made out of alabaster blocks. Okay, so we'll get those re-established. I won't make it a super high priority. Yeah, but the civilian alert is now off. Let's just go and reconfigure this one to be back to safe zone again. And then we're just going to get the military just have to keep on doing what they're doing here. Just waiting for it to come back down. Troglodyte. That's okay, we'll just ditch that one. 5 more troglodytes. Got it. Okay, so we now have, in this case, we've got spear dwarf orangutans, which is there, going to kill that one off. Dog is now fighting again. Giant. Okay, this is actually all right. So this is actually happening. There's our ghost. The ghostly consort is now sort of heading back in to do different other things. Now, why are these not being picked up? They should be. They should be picked up. Just make sure it's a top priority. Yeah, we're going to have to clean out all of this stuff. There's so much to do. Oh, hang on, here we go. Resume construction. Yep, so make it top priority. We need to get rid of those into there. Sev cancels cleaning self. So come across a giant bat here. And we do actually have Sick on his way into here as well. And we've got Began, who must be injured. He's now in the hospital. Right, okay, and we've got troglodytes down here as well. Right, so there's a lot going on. A hell of a lot going on. I'm just going to smooth... Actually, no, I won't do this stuff yet. Let's not concern ourselves with anything at this point in time. We will need to get one of these coffers established just while we're here. Just because we do actually have a hospital zone, we do need to go and get things established. We'll just put one chest in. Just throw it there for now. And then we'll come back and smooth these out afterwards. All right, so what's wrong with Began? Probably nothing much. Yeah, the right lower arm is slightly cut. This is where if we don't actually have a functioning hospital, though, that can kill them ultimately. So we've got more and more ambushes coming in. I think, unfortunately, we've got 10 giant bats. Oh, they're all over the place. They're all over the place. Yeah, wow, we've got a lot of work to do here. Keep that one forbidden. Just unlock it though. Just get rid of that information. So there's a giant bat next to Began. Oh, is there? Hang on. Began's asleep, of course. That's under. Be up. Oh, there is 2. All right, change the attack order. Save Began. Confirm. That's done. All right, we'll just keep on going one after the other. There's a giant bat hidden here. Where? Out here, that's okay. The troglodytes and the bats are fighting each other. We've got guys that are back out here as well anyway, just doing different things. Sick has become a peasant. Slowly getting on top of it. Okay, we've got the different alerts. I'll just leave that one where that is. 9 giant bats, 6 troglodytes. Outside here, I'm not going to worry too much about it. The troglodyte there is a problem, but I'm not going to worry about it. That's the pit of doom. This one here is our next guy, so we'll just go in and target this one. Confirm. Is this, whose blood's this one? Giant bat blood. How's Sev going? Sev looks okay. Yeah, Sev is okay in smashing this bat. Okay, so let's just continue here. There we go, that one's dead. Let's go to the next one. That's fighting the troglodytes. This one here is, we've still got the dog back over the other side. This one is on the staircase again. It's a fair distance down, but let's just go for it. Let's kill these things off. Actually, is there any more at the top of the fortress? Yeah, there's this one in here. So we have to be careful because they can fly up through this. I think I'm going to leave that one where that is. It is injured with fighting the troglodytes. Let's get rid of all of that stuff. Yeah, one injured citizen and no functional hospital. So that's Began. Now, Began could die of thirst if we don't get the hospital up and running, but we do have to go and clean up all this stuff. We have to finish these things off. So that one's a bit of a threat. Not really too concerned about it. Let's just keep on going through the list of them. Troglodyte there, I'm not going to be too concerned. They don't tend to get aggressive. It's mainly the bats that I want to deal with. It's only that one on the staircase. This one here. Alright, so target you. Confirm. Actually, I'll just go and follow that one around. Where is it? It's dead. Good. More ambushes coming in. The minor Private Joe is fighting. Okay, so we now should have, I think there's only one that's actually inside the fortress, and unfortunately we've got a shale scepter which has wedged this door open. So I can't actually close this door off, which is a bit of a problem. So we now just go back in and yeah, more and more things we're finding here. If I could close the doors off and lock them into different areas, that would be good. But we didn't ever get the doors finished. Not properly. Let's just go and see. Oh my God, here we go. So there's 2 of them now coming back through this other side. Depending on where they go, let's just go and hit this one now. Confirm. Now they're going back up here. I don't want them. I don't want to be fighting in amongst the other areas. They're going to come out of here. Here they come. Oops, hang on. Pause. Cause Lord is now fighting down in here. Right, so we've got another issue. Underneath here, yep. Oh, damn it. Cause Lord has died. That was fast, actually. Yeah, wow. Actually, let's see what actually happened here. So, another surprise. Well, Cause Lord, I'm going to be banning you straight away. So, you are the first death. And this one here, we want to resume cancellation. Sorry, resume construction. Okay, so Cause Lord has just gone straight in. We've still got heaps of things actually happening in through here. Okay, what do you got there? Twitch, clip, important, yeah, important. All right, so Seb's made a clip already of different things. So we've got a giant bat, yeah, the mechanic, that's our mechanic. Now, Cause Lord was probably like the most general of being able to just do different things. But what's our expedition leader? And where's the combat? Oh, we didn't get to see it. I must have deleted it. There is a way for us to look at the, in retrospectively. We've still got this bat. We'll look and see what actually happened in through here at the back end of things. So this is actually where the bat attacks Causelord for quite some time, actually. So this is actually like it's discovered. Causelord's found this one as it's trying to sort of get rid of the ghosts. Causelord bites the expedition leader in the lower body, and these just aren't built for it, whereas the military actually are. It is actually charging at Causelord as well with different things. Okay, and then ends up dying. So we didn't get to see the final stages there. So this is now called Organ Whims. Now that it's got a kill, this is actually now a known pest. That's going to be our next target, of course. Kill Organ Winds. Okay, that's dead. Good. So that was the first one down. Now we've killed that one off. We've still got this one over through here. Kill that one. At least we're not fighting in around here, which is important. Okay, so Causelord interrupted by a giant bat. Yeah, into combat. Causelord, that was the previous thing. Causelord's been now found dead. Keep that going. And an ambush, drive them out. We've still got more of them. That one's dead. Good. All right. Where else have we got? We've got 5 left. Now this is back inside the zone. So let's go after this one now. We will eventually get there. And we'll just follow this one around. So overcome by terror. Okay, so Sick has now assumed the position of Expedition Leader. Actually, I didn't ban Causelord. I'm going to have to go and just quickly search for Causelord here. So, there you are. All right, farewell, Causelord. 30-minute ban. So it's now just started. So, in we go again. Troglodyte teeth, I guess. Oh no, giant bat teeth. This troglodyte's really, really angry. Yeah, Zasset has been put to death. That's the one that killed Dragster. There's Zasset's body. Out in the wilds, but now being put to rest again, finally. Okay, Sick cancels pick up equipment, interrupted by combat. Where was that? That was back up here. That's okay. And ambush drive them out. That's okay. Sick has assumed position. That's fine. Now, that also then changes things because we no longer have a broker. So I'm thinking we make Sick in charge of all of this stuff. So Beacon, none of them have got any relevant skills. Let's just make Sick in charge, like the manager, the broker, the bookkeeper. There we go. Actually, we didn't give Sick the office. We need to give Sick an office, which we do at the top of the fortress. We've got an office. This one here. And we will we'll allow that to be the actual office. And the if we go and assign... God, look how angry everyone is. No one really likes this place, except for Began. So we've got the remove assignment. This one was set up with DF hack. Anyway, Let's get sick in there. But that was set up originally with the yeah, for sick to actually be in charge of that one. That's okay. All right, we'll just leave that one there. You can set your offices up to be like the manager's office, etc. Right, okay, so back we go again. This is Sev's Memorial. Let's go back down and just see if we can actually still keep on building. Yep, the others are still established. I think we've now sort of got this under control. It's the giant bats more than anything that I'm concerned about, and I just want to make sure that they're not really in a position. There we go. We are going for this one here. Let's I might just follow this one around. There we go. That's been destroyed. Okay, so we now need to get rid of the troglodytes as well. We've still got 4 giant bats. That's sort of outside our area. This one is still inside with other troglodytes as well. I think we'll just get rid of the troglodytes that are inside. Now there's another one there which is sort of close. We've got 2 giant bats that are close. Why is it not wanting to go? It's funny, it's not actually going forward for some reason. Not sure why. Everything else is working. There's that ghostly Baron Consort. Won't play forward. Just let me. I'll just save. Continue playing and seeing if that actually works. Would you like to name? Actually, no. Just cancel that. Just save to this same timeline. Got to hit confirm. Oh, okay. Thank you. That's what it was. Yeah, that makes sense. Just grab myself a drink while this loads back in again. Makes perfect sense. Continue. Yeah, this is before. This is the previous run. The old autosave. So we're down to six dwarves now. But we will build up. So this was going to be where we end up going with this one, I think. Was that the one? 4 giant bats. No, it's that troglodyte that was back in here. Was the one we were going to go for. This one here. Confirm. That one's dead. That one's outside. This one's inside. Okay, that's dead. Okay, troglodyte is dead as well. Good. Need to get rid of all of these. This one here is not a concern to us. That one there is not a concern to us. This one is. One's dead. Private Joe's ghost has now been put to rest. Good. Okay, so that one's now done. Rangatang's library is into combat again. That's fine. That's all good. And yep, so that's all fine. 3 giant bats left. This one here we don't worry about. This one here we do. Confirm. I tell you what, I was thinking of not bringing the military in. Where's that bat? Oh, hang on, this is actually all safe area for me. Yeah, so I do have access to all of this. So that where that bat was, that was it, I think. Not sure where the bat is. Still active, so we'll just keep that one coming through. An ambush, drive them out, so we've got more that we're discovering. Okay, we're killing more troglodytes. 5 giant bats now. I don't know where this giant bat is that we were... oh, there it is. Keeps on flying away. We can't quite get to it. Get there eventually. I'll just follow it around until we kill it. It can't escape. Come on, guys. Got him. Got him. Done. So that one's down. That's good. Another ambush. Now I've got a helmet snake somewhere. Oh, another giant bat here. So what's this one? This is bat blood. That's okay. So this one's back inside. So this one is injured. Confirm. Now I've got still three giant bats. So there's another one that's inside. This one here, I'm just going to unlock this one. So this one is inside this little area. So I'm just going to go and create this one and then just forbid the door. That's to lock the bats in. So the bats will then be constrained inside there. Sev still hasn't been put to rest. We better have a look and see what's going on there. That one's outside. Then we've got troglodytes. Helmet snake is outside our zone. Yep, that's okay. We don't have to worry about the helmet snake. Still got no functioning hospital there, which is a problem. Well, this is the one. Let's just watch this one. I'm trying to kill the yak. Let's go to magma pool. I'll just let that one do its thing. Got him. Okay, that's good. We eventually got that one. Another ambush. 4 giant bats now. The magma pool is where we were before. All right, we're going to have to go back and clean up everything once we sort of get this one done. So we've got the giant bat down there, which we don't have to worry about. Private Joe is down this way with a giant bat inside there. Giant bat here. Now this is in the bottom of the fortress. We're seeing different bats down this way as well. Mutilated corpse. And then this is actually where we're going down. This ends up Okay, so there's more stuff down in here as well. This is ultimately where we're going to have the area for magma. So this is ultimately just going to be a big magma zone. So there's lots of dead troglodytes down this way as well. This was all established, and we've still got, there should be a bit of water in here. Yeah, level 4 water there. This is a pit or pond that was suspended. That's okay, because the magma is just on the outside of this. We have to open that one up to then come up, but we just have to make sure that this is all set up, which I think it is. That's as far as we got before the siege actually came. Now, the magma sea, interesting we didn't get to see it there, because that will be somewhere else. All right, well, this one here. Confirm that. Please don't go up. Okay, that's now dead. 5 giant bats. Okay, this area through here is I'm not sure where we've got this one established. And how do we get back up into our main zone? This is it here, but we don't have. We didn't actually open up access to it. We do there. All right, so that one there, we need to take that one back and lock it down. That stops anything down in this zone from being able to be used, including that giant bat there. So that one can't really now get to where we are. That essentially is just the whole way in. All right, let's see what else we've got. We've got giant bat there, not going to worry us. That one's outside. We've got a troglodyte inside the treasure room. I'll come back for the troglodytes once we've actually got rid of the bats. That one there is also not one that we don't have to worry about. That one there we don't have to worry about. So all the bats we don't have to worry about anymore. It's now just the troglodytes. So it's just that one troglodyte. Here, okay, so this becomes the next target. Confirm. All right, that is now the threats dealt with that are inside the fortress. There's only one bat that is, here it comes, right on cue. Let's just watch this one for a little while. No, it's not flying in, it's flying up, that's okay. We'll just go back down, and what else have we got through here? Orangutans become a peasant, that's okay. That's all okay. Ambush. More ambushes. Alright, I think that was the ones that we had seen before. Okay, so we've got those. Oh, we've got a mountain goat that's come inside. Now, we can't catch that one with it unless we have a trap, but we don't have any traps available right now. This thing is still not being picked up. This is Sev's memorial, and we do need to get this thing done. So let's just go back down into the into where we are. Now, are we butchering the bats? That should be butcher an animal. Yeah, I'll just leave it where it is, but they should be bringing all the bats in now to butcher them up. Yeah, the yak's now making its way down. These guys are starting to sort of get into this room now, which is good. We've got a lot to do here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start to get everyone just working away now on the actual... So we've got the mechanics workshop. Got another stoneworkers workshop. and we're still trying to make. Okay, we're now also got this one. Automatically, they'll try to engrave the memorial to Dishmab, so then we can sort of go and place that one up as well. So what we'll do is we'll just go back down into the bottom of the fortress here. This one here needs to be resume construction, and then make that a top priority. So that was interrupted. Now, Cause Lord. Do we have any more coffins? No, I've only got 3. Oh, yes, we do. I've got a couple more. All right, we're going to need to have like a zone for burials, and I think I'll place that. I think I'll place the catacomb off in this direction. So let's go and start finally actually building up, and we'll build a long corridor out this way, and then we'll sort of just build essentially little catacombs for people. So we'll just go and create like little just three long, I think, as tombs. Now we've got a hell of a lot of people to bury. What have we got on the level underneath this? Nothing much at this stage. And then we're there. Actually, that's too long. That's too big for what we need to do. So just get these established. So I'm going to need a lot of these. Syrian's saying, hi Daz and Dwarfs, hope the reclaim is going well. By the way, Daz, did you see the patch notes from the last time? Was some really nice fixes that came through? No, did you send that to me? Just can't remember seeing that as a message. If that's the case, I will actually go and place that one in there, so just bear with me. Just open up Discord and see if I missed your stuff. Where was it placed? Let's see if I can find it. Not for my script, Dwarf Fortress. Oh, okay, no. So that's see the patch. No, I didn't see the patch notes at all, actually. I thought it was your excellent script that we were looking at. Let's go back to the game. Back to the game. Okay, so we've got these different areas in through here. We're just going to go and establish a like these things all the way across, and then just go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2. Yep, that's okay. We'll just get different catacombs being built in this side. This will work. And more of these. So these will ultimately be where we end up starting to bury the all the bodies. And I might do this on a couple of different layers. Like we've got a layer underneath this as well that we can sort of make a bit of use of. So I might just put some stairs down through here, just so when we build them, we've got them there as well. Alright, so that can then be built up, and then we'll sort of build the catacombs back in from here again as well. So we'll just do them on a few different layers because we've got a hell of a lot of dwarves to bury. One thing we'll do now is we're going to go and we'll get our work orders established, because we sort of, actually once we get this one done, we can probably then go and do that. We'll have to get Zasset's stuff built. Okay, so we'll just read a few of the comments through here. Yeah, it's kind of mood fixes, like fixing family. Okay, that's good. That's good. And Orangutan saying the patch tavern goers no longer order a drink from every single tavern keeper in the bar and drink them all, causing them to die of acute alcohol poisoning. So, yeah, we've got, where did we get up to? Yeah, that's all good. Okay, so let's keep on going through here. Yeah, so as Asbus is saying, does Sev die already? No, Sev's okay, just Cause Lord. That's the only one. Just got the one body through here. So died in a pool of his own vomit, or her own vomit, unfortunately. But there's the bat that killed it. So yeah, the pool of Organwim's giant bat blood. All right, we're slowly sort of making our way through now with sort of getting things sorted. So let's go back through again. That one we don't worry about. That one we don't worry. Yes, we do worry about that one. Don't know where they're all coming from. Lock away. So that one's now locked out from this room. I mean, I could kill that, but I'll just leave it where that is. Giant bats, yeah, that one's not a worry. So all of those are not really a worry unless they can get back inside. So let's now just let the fortress... Who's that? Is that our good friend Dishmab? It is indeed, Dishmab. So Unib is still around. We saw that in everything that was going on. So that's the Baron Consort, who is going to have to be put to rest. Now, we need to go and get Sick, who is in charge of sort of everything. Actually, Sick is Sick the main doctor? No, Sev is. Now, Began is actually could ultimately be like end up dying. What we need to do is we need to get Sick to start to give orders. Now, at the moment, we don't have any real orders. We've got some automatic orders. Like we do actually have this Dishmab's memorial needs to be built. So these have been allocated out, but no one's actually doing them just yet. We've got 4 very unhappy dwarves, which is going to be a problem. But we need to get all of the basic orders in here. So I'm just going to go across with my work orders. I'm going to go and import. So you can see through here, I've got import. And I've got the DAS starter orders. I'm just going to go and add these in. If you do want these orders, they're available again on my coffee.com/DASTactic page for free. You just basically load them in. It just gives you all of the various things that you're going to be needing initially in your fortress, just to establish them. Certain things won't work. There's a lot of shops and things we haven't established yet, or workshops. So we'll sort of just at least get started with what we can. So let's now just unpause the game and just wait for stuff to happen. There's the ghost wandering through. 5 giant bats. Yeah, 2 in there. Okay. Look, yeah, no, that's not going to help us. As long as we've got this locked, which we have, then we don't have to worry about that. Okay. Now we also do want to find out about the. Apparently the game did tell us that we found magma, but we haven't really located it properly. Let's just go down to the bottom of the fortress and just see if we can see it anywhere on the mini map. No, we're not seeing it there. And we know that it's here. We know the magma is literally on the other side of this. So yeah, I've got this pond. Level 4. They can walk their way through this. But I think what I'm just going to do is just go and grab some of the loot and just get that one out of there, just so it can be placed back in. Actually, we don't have any stockpiles. this stuff as well, we need to go and get this re-established. We want to make sure we've got all this sort of this bismuthite, which is an ore of bismuth, so making bronze, I guess, bismuth bronze. So I don't think I've ever seen that in the game, to be honest, just thinking about it. That's actually something new to me. We've got galena back over this other side. But and what have we got through here? Just a big pile of vomit and giant bat blood. So the troglodytes for fighting these, which will ultimately be a big lava pool. So when this is done, I'm going to need to block this off because this one does extend down further. And then it goes down into there. Now I could open this one up because this is where the lava actually, some of the lava is down in here. If I go and look at this, we've got sort of hot in around us. So there's lava literally just in behind where we are. In fact, if I go back to here, this is where we have lava. So I want to knock this open, and then that will then come back up, and then we'll sort of lock this one down as well. But I'm not ready for that just yet. These webs could be useful. I'll just go and release up certain things now that we sort of get to see them. We're going to need to also then have like either an atom smasher or something like that, but I think I'll do that one further up in the fortress. Still got a lot to establish here. Yeah, so Sev still hasn't been put to rest. So we've still got two of them in the fortress that haven't actually been put to rest. So let's just go back up and have another look. Yep, that's all okay, but that's all okay. Animals should be starting to come back outside here now. Yep, there they are. We should be starting to grow things as well. Where's Began got to? Oh, Began seems to be healed up. Okay, so Began's okay. Okay, this one's hauling the memorial to Sev. That one's done. Good. So Sev has now been put to rest. Well, that's all the murderous ghosts put to rest. They're still going to have other ones appear. So we'll have a quick look now and just see what's happening with the construction. This was all going to be furniture, but I was going to split this up into other different bits and pieces here. I'll just leave it there for a second. I really do want to get these butchering happening. Yes, I think everyone's just got a bit too much work on at this point in time to be able to go off and do that. But before they start to smell, I would like to butcher them. So Sick is there just sort of giving the orders with Began the third skeleton. 5 giant bats now. Yeah, I won't worry about those. Okay, I think that's an old cat. Yeah, that's just one of the old cats that we've found. So we're now setting all this up. So we're now sort of established. Oh, who's that? Is that our good friend Dishmab? It is indeed. So so Dishmab is still around haunting everyone. So this one, let's just see how we're going with the work orders. Dishmab, come on, we need to get this one done. Let's just go back up the top. F1 is the top, F2 is there, F3 is there, F4 is there, F5 is in here. This is super important, so we need somebody to come back in and make this one. So let's just go and get this memorial done. Someone needs to take this order. So I might just check and see if we've inherited different work orders, labour menus and things. So no, that's all okay. Beacon will try to fish, but there's no fishing on this map. Actually, we've got nobody does this. I'll just keep that one where that is. Miners, only selected to do this one. Yeah, that's okay. Woodcutters, only selected to do that one. Hunters, nobody does it. Planters, everyone does that. Fisher dwarves, plant gatherers, stone cutters, engravers. We haven't got anyone selected to do that. That's okay. Everyone does the hauling, orderlies, and siege operations. All right, that's okay. Resume construction of that one. There he is again. Just wandering around all over the place. Why is no one... Oh, here we go. Somebody's now got this as a task, and these things are now starting to stink up the place. It's going to make everyone even more unhappy. But we just got to keep on doing what we've got to do. This is going to be diabolical. This is not going to be good at all. Yeah, so everything's going rotten now. Well, no one's coming in to do this. It's saying that the task has been given to somebody. Who's got that task? Oh, look how angry they are. So Private Joe and sick of having a meeting. Different constructions in there. Planting seeds. Okay, they're all just going off and doing that. They see that as their most important thing at this stage. I would like to get rid of the ghost. Alright, we'll just leave that one where that is. Okay, it's a bit of a pain. The fact that that's not activating is a concern. I don't know if there's a bug maybe with existing workshops. That may be it. No, he's going in to butcher something. Nope, he's got his friend there. Alright, so something was butchered. Yeah, giant bat. So we did actually get, and this will give us different bits and pieces. So I'll just let them continue to do that. But nobody's taken, yeah, we've got make a rock door. Okay, so it's like the slabs don't exist. And they should be down in here. Empty coffins. There's empty slabs. Yeah, that's okay. We should be there. Okay, so this is Aster Blaster. And amongst the miasma. Still just making the doors, come on. Oh yeah, it's actually just saying it's a task to go and do that. All right, so everything has now sort of disappeared, except we've just got all of this stench everywhere from the killing, which was always going to be a bit of a problem anyway. I mean, with all the dwarves are not going to be liking what they're seeing through here. So what we'll do is let's just go and set up now the like as much as we can, I guess. These didn't get just the resting place of falcons and Tailsly fox. Looks like they haven't put the actual bodies in there yet. We'll just zoom on down to the bottom again. Yeah, nothing started in through here. Okay, here we go. So it's now autumn. And we should still have things we can sell from the previous fortress. So if the traders arrive, I'll have to go and sort of just go and clean that up. Well, that was an interesting start with all of those bats in here. At least they weren't rocks. So, yeah, Boland's saying, where can we dump all the corpses so they don't stink up the place? Maybe the pit of doom. Yeah, that's true, actually. That's not bad. That's not a bad idea. Not a bad idea to actually make use of the bottom of the pit as a way of getting rid of stuff. Because we don't really use... From here down, we don't really use... Oh, we will be, though. We will be making use of it eventually. Yeah, because we will be wanting to make use of this. So I don't think I'll set it up in here with what's happening. But yeah, there's certainly a lot going on. Where's another bat gone? These have now hidden themselves away. Just got one eagle in the wildlife. Autumn has come. Got a pikeman visiting. Let's go back up to F1 again. This is now established. This door is being placed as well. So we now actually have the ability to at least basically lock the fortress down, or we will have fairly soon. The stink is everywhere. The smell is terrible. Still not being done. Petition. No, deny. Okay, they are keeping on butchering animals, which is good. Which is what we want to see now. These turkeys should be in here. This one here. Just got the one dog. I think the rest of them are all okay. Look at the orders. Making rock crafts. So we've got two of them are making rock crafts to sell. Probably not that critical to do, but anyway, look, I'll let them just do their thing. Orangutans is now working in the butchers, which is good. We're going to need to do a fair few other things as well. Like there's still very, very early days. But we've pretty much run out of time for today, so I'm going to have to actually just leave it here. At least we've sort of gotten rid of the initial threat. We've got troglodytes out through here, which we don't worry about. The giant cave toad is not something we have to worry about either. It can't get inside. So Just wandering around outside. Our animals are just in here. I do want to get rid of this. Okay, so Supply Caravan from the Vault of Ivory is a welcome sight. Their eyes are alight with the anticipation of inspecting the splendid products of your industrious crafts dwarves. Take careful stock of your own stores. What these merchants offer might very well be the difference between a prosperous future and a slow and meaningless death. All right, so this is actually now the first of these guys. I'll just pause that for a second. Outpost Liaison has arrived as well. I think what we'll do is we will actually, what's that? Dolomite Pebbles, that's okay. We will just sort of watch now and see what actually happens with the various groups. There's a Gabbro door, which has now got a little ring in the middle of it. A pewter ring worth 1,000. But I'm going to leave it there. So thanks for watching, guys. And then when we come back, we'll sort of end up doing the trading, get all that established, and continue on working with with where we are. I'll catch you next time. Thanks for watching.